Walking the point.
Lieutenant John Morrison of the San Diego Police Department wrote this letter to his officers who were in deep mourning after officers Harry Tiffany and Ron Ebeltoft were killed in the line of duty. His words speak to us all and are a powerful reminder of the ever-present risk and the unquestioned honor of our nation's finest.
All of us have heard by now the many versions of what happened on Crandall Street on Saturday afternoon and how we came to lose officers Harry Tiffany and Ron Ebeltoft. Some of us even know the truth, and a few of us, apart from the table pounders and chronic fault seekers, know that there are some things you just can't do without suffering, very literally and profoundly, casualties, and our job is one of them.
You can't race cars without crashes. You can't dig mines without cave-ins. And you can sure as hell can't send cops out into the streets of a violent society without violent deaths. Tiffany and Ebeltoft knew that, and they did it anyways, as we all do. Those who knew them well say they did it because they loved it, and any of us who can't say that should envy them for it. At least they died doing what they love to do, and that is something we can never explain to outside our profession.
You can't be a cop because you didn't get some other job. You can only be a cop because you want it. There's an answer for why they died, something I learned half a world away many years ago as a young soldier, preparing to face an enemy in combat for the first time.
It was then that my sergeant explained that there are only 3 rules in war. Rule 1, young men die. Rule 2, you can't change Rule 1. Rule 3, somebody's got to walk the point.
You see, when soldiers advance, knowing the enemy is near, there is always one man way out in front of everyone else. His duty is to look and listen and sense that first contact, to spot the enemy, pinpoint an ambush, fire the first shot, and as a consequence, take those first shots. It offends the logical mind and denies the instinct for survival. It ages and saddens and wisens and sometimes kills those who take their turn walking the point. But it must be done, or there would be no protection for the rest. There would be more bloodshed and more grief. The point man is there to save lives, even if he gives his own in the process.
Well, society isn't a company of soldiers, but it sure has somebody walking the point. Every time you go out the station house door, every time you answer a radio call, every time you check something suspicious, you can't change Rule 1. If I could say something to the people of this city, it would be this. I know some of you will remember our 2 brothers, but that's not good enough. I want you to honor them for what they did for you. They certainly didn't have to do it. I'm not just talking about what they did on Saturday, June 6th. That was routine call for service that went horribly bad. I mean what they did for you day after day in darkness and light, rain or shine, without ever expecting a thank you. Tiffany and Ebeltoft volunteered to walk the point. Honor them, remember them, and in the quiet peace of your home, get down on your knees and thank God that they volunteered to take your turn walking the point.